Okay, so when most people get started, they start building with the customer program. And then eventually, customers want to become brand partners. And so, when people want to become brand partners, the next step that you need is number one, you need to be active. That means you need to have at least 100 PV, and that can come from your own personal purchase as a brand partner, or it can come from the customers underneath you. So, you need to be active. And as long as you do that, you are going to hold on to all volume that flows up through your organization. Let me explain that for a second. So you can see that this person on the left leg has a great spot because 2 million points are over there. What does that actually mean? That means that 10% of this volume is in a savings account that as this matches, they can get paid on those funds. So we're going to go over that in just a second. But so, number one, in order to maintain that and have an accumulating account balance, you want to make sure you have your 100 PV of being active. You can do that yourself or through customers. The next thing, in order to really earn in the team building aspect, is you have a left leg and you have a right leg. And so, you need to have somebody that is personally sponsored by you on the left and somebody that's personally sponsored by you on the right. You might have more people on one of those legs that you don't even know that you're just benefiting off of them. But what you can see is that this person has one person on their left, probably is on a line with a strong team, and then they're really focused on their right leg. And so they have at least one personally sponsored active on their left and at least one personally sponsored active on their right. So what does that mean? That means the person that they sponsored has either done 100 PV themselves to keep themselves active, or they have at least 100 PV and customers underneath them keeping them active. And they have that on the left and the right. So if you see a 0 on either of these and you're wanting to rank up, you're wanting to build a team, that's your next step, is to find somebody that wants to be a brand partner and build a team on the left and one on the right. You have to have one on the right and the left, even though one leg might be ginormous. And you're like, why do I want to put anybody over there? Well, this is why, because everybody has to at least contribute one person to each side. So this needs to be one and this needs to be one. And then once those two are done, so one and one, then what you do is your game is to get these as even as possible. So I got a long ways to go to get 2 million PV. So clearly this person's going to focus on their right for quite a while. So what is the difference? Carryover means what's been accumulating into that bank account. The purple is what came in that week that is a part of that total. So this is the carryover and weekly total in the number. And then because this is all purple, that is the weekly. So how does this get paid out? Well, basically what happens is on a weekly basis, you get paid 10% of your lesser leg, and that's for your team commission. And so this would be $799.70 that is going to get paid. Why is that? Because it's 10% of this. And so when you see left and right, this is the lesser leg. So you take 10% of this, and that is going to be what that one way that you get paid is going to be. Next is going to be, what is your rank? If you click on this button, this is a screenshot, but if you click on this button, it's going to show you what you need. So what you need is you need lesser leg volume and you need sponsor tree volume. So lesser leg volume is whichever is the lesser of the two. So this is my lesser leg, and that's where I'm getting that 10% of that. The next thing is you need sponsor tree. Sponsor tree is going to be over here. Sponsor tree are the people that you sponsored and the people that that led to. And so say you're building a team with me and I enroll somebody, my neighbor. My neighbor is sponsored by me, not by you. But because you have that spot in the tree and the next available is for my neighbor to go under here, you're going to benefit off that volume, but it will not be in your sponsor tree. So that's probably where this is coming from, is where you see that there are numbers and it's a great thing, but you are not going to see that in your sponsor tree. And so we don't want people to just be able to get a great spot and somebody else does all the work and then you didn't bring anything to the table. And so the sponsor tree volume makes sure that you're spread out in how you have shared. So when you see the sponsor tree volume, this is the total that came from your sponsor tree. So you're seeing a lot of volume here, but you're seeing how much actually came from this sponsor tree. Okay. So each little color actually represents a different line. And so there are only spots on the left and leg, or sorry, left and right legs, but there's different people in there. So those are called the lines. And so this is what's coming from that top line. This is what's coming from the second line. This is what's coming from the third line. This is what's coming from the fourth. This is what's coming from the fifth. This is what's coming from the sixth. And you can scroll down and see. And so all of those are now contributing to your rank because you need lesser leg of a volume, so lesser tree volume of 7,500 to hit Sapphire. Yep, that one's done. Sponsor tree volume of 10,500. Well, look, 13,000 is what's coming from this sponsor tree. And sometimes the apps don't show the exact same totals. And so it's just because there's a system delay, but it will catch up. So usually these should match. And so this is how many points were your sponsor tree. And so what you have to do is make sure that you have at least this and then this. When you look at the leadership rank, what you'll see as well is that only a certain number can come from each leg. And so you can't have one massive leg and then tiny, tiny, tiny ones and expect to rank advance. They want to see that there's growth and not just a runaway. And so there's a maximum amount per rank that can come from any individual line. And so you can kind of pay attention to that. But again, I don't want this to be complex. What your goal is to really work with getting your lesser leg volume up. Know which leg you're working on. So clearly this one, they're working on their right. How can you get your rank advancements up? You have as many lines as possible and help those lines to grow. So that can be helping them recruit customers. That can be helping them to have more brand partners. So the name of the game is just to get yourself as spread out as possible and help with that volume. So hopefully this makes a little bit more sense, but this is how you can read your back office. But what you really want to do is really just focus on getting the message out there and helping your team to share the message of Pure, encouraging them. And all of this represents sales. So this is people that are ordering Magic. This is people that are ordering Core Plus. This is people that are getting started. And so that is what you really want to make sure that you do is help other people succeed, because the more people you have succeeding, the more spread out you're going to be and the faster you're going to rank advance. So hopefully that explains a little bit more on what it looks like to actually build on the tree side of things and the team building. And just know that there's 7 ways that we get paid. So basically you get paid 10% of the lesser leg volume here. You can actually get paid on a monthly basis if you hit certain levels and above at least 2 weeks or more out of the month. They have additional bonuses. So it starts at gold. So if you hit bronze 1 week, gold the next, bronze, and then gold, you're going to get the gold bonus. If you hit bronze, 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 gold, you will not get the gold bonus. If you hit bronze, silver, gold, gold, you'd get the gold bonus. And so anytime you're at gold or higher up through emerald, you can get an additional bonus. And those can be pretty significant. They can be about $1,100 a month, which is a really nice bonus. When you start getting to diamond, it's not that you don't get that bonus, you just get a weekly bonus instead of a monthly bonus. And so we'll get into those a little bit later, but this is really showing you what you really need to do. Get out there, share the message of Pure, help people share the message of Pure, and just keep doing that because it will absolutely grow. And especially with the type of momentum that we're seeing with everything with this new Magic product. So hopefully that helps you.